My Indian name is Tonatu, which means the energy of the creation. People call it the sun. No, we call it the energy that creates life. Many years ago, I was born in a little town called Teotihuacan. This little community is known everywhere in the world, and the people understand the concept of a pyramid. We call it Teo, the energy, Tiwa, the creation, and Can is the place. So it's the place where everything is created, the place where we create the energy, or the place where we become energy. That's why we have great pyramids like this, and every single community in different parts of the world has developed such a great communities and temples and churches. And the word Tolteca, it's a great responsibility to carry that name behind you on your face, like I do today. So Tolteca means the builder, architect, engineer, and not only in physical way, but also in a spiritual way. That's how we have these traditional costumes, where we represent every single part of our heart and outside. The element I was to talk about is the wind, air, and that is the thing that is inside. That's why in Yolotl Ehécatl is the meaning of the deepest part inside of you that comes with that inner source that we are going to spread when we say the word Ehécatl in the Indian language. Like we all said in this little element, when the Spaniards came here, we were said that we have to do the new thing in the world. New for some people, 2,000 years old for old people, or more, maybe. So when we have this, we create the connection of the four elements. And the part in the central is the circle that we call Chalchihuitl, the beautiful center. Also we call it Cancun, the energy that is inside, which is the central part of the energy right here in the middle of the cross of the axis. So every time you see this, you think about the Aztec calendar. Every time you see this, you think about the 10 pesos coin in the back. And the archaeologists said, guys, this is the arrowhead that is asking for the blood of the people when they do human sacrifice. Maybe. But you know what? This is the most powerful tool. Like we said in our community, be careful with what you say because you can destroy. But if you're going to use it to open the roads and use it to share the wisdom, because this is the most powerful weapon to open the heart of the people from the deepest part of the air. When you talk, you are giving that air out. When you talk and you sing and you play the instruments that we have here today, is the way how you can spread the sound, not from here, not from here, from the connection to create a pyramid, to them, here, and on the ground. So that's why we have the skull symbol to say it. And that's the moment when these feathers work out. And this is the intense of energy that we carry in a headdress to get in balance. And that's when the four elements start to be connected. Water is there. Earth is here. Fire is there. But without the wind, without the Ehécatl energy, nothing moves. The waves are created thanks to the wind. The earth sometimes has to take every seed to different parts of the world thanks to the wind. And the fire keep dancing every time because of the wind. So that's why when we have wind, we are connected in the central part of the universe, and we can repeat the word Ehécatl. So in these little places, we have the representation of the three most important animals: eagle, jaguar, and snake. And our people understood that. And when they mix it, we create Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl is a sacred word in my Indian language that is Nahuatl. Quetzali means beautiful. Co, place. Atl, water. In the central area where the water comes out. We represent it with the three animals together, creating a snake. And if you look in the head, it has this symbol, spiral. Look in front of the eagle, it has the spiral in front. and the jaguar itself. That means that the wind comes from here in every single element. So that's why every single animal can say it from here and then give it out through the speaking word. This place is where my ancestors have carried these traditional costumes to give that medicine through the wind, through the word that we call Nawi or Nahuatl. Nahuatl means harmony. Nahuatl means talking like this, heart to heart, face to face, eyes to eyes. If you have listened or learned my Indian language, you will not find any word that will say offensive things. Nahuatl means harmony. So when people call us Nahuales or Nahuali, which is the shaman word that you use, I ask you not to use that shaman word, because shaman is kind of despective to the science, to religious, to the spirituality. Nahuali is the person who understands the three of them. And instead of using them separately, science here, spirituality there, and religious there, we are in the perfect balance of the Nahuali, so we can understand the four elements and use them, and use the wind to spread that message. That's why they are doing the temples. And that sacred place there, you can see how the wind, sometimes you don't touch it, but you can see it through the cosmical days. 19th of May, 22nd of June is the zenith. It's when my feathers, through the dancing, connects in the sacred little temple that we have in Teotihuacan. And that's the moment when you created an X-ray picture 2,000 years ago. We had those pictures, and it's still there. So it's your time to go there one day, stay with us, and this is the real culture. Everything is still alive. And that's the reason why people is invited to light the fire through the incense, to have the clay pot made out of the earth that need the water to be solidified. And when it's solidified, we need the energy of the fire to dry it, to put the incense and then make the sparkle to take the message to them. That's why we smoke incense, not to get high. No, it's to take the message to them, because that piece of medicine was planted there. It's a piece of amber. Amber comes from the trees. Trees are fed from the roots, and the roots are obtaining the sustenance from the nature, and then that's the way how we take the message. We don't need the medicine. We don't need drugs. We don't need peyote. I'm not allowed to use that yet. Maybe when I get 52, that is the cycle of life. When I was 26, I was allowed to use my first clay pot. 26 is the middle of the cycle. And that's the time when I realized that everything we do in our communities is to share from here. So every time we have the chance to see the way how the energy is connected through the sunlight to the earth to move everything, he needs its duality. And the duality is the moon, boy and girl. And that's why we have two hands. And it's magically, when you put like this, you create the symbol of the wind, which is the eternity spiral. So you can do it with your friend next to you. You can put fingers to fingers, right hand together, and then you close like that. So you can do it. Practice with your friends next to you. And that's the way how you can live. Like my Maya's brother says, ilankech, alankech. But in my Indian language, we say, intloki nawake il palme noani. Okay? It's hard to do it, right? But remember, friends, every time you do like this, it's because you are connected from here to your colleague. And don't be like this, because if you try to pull, it will take us nowhere. But when you understand that, tlakinawakil palmenawani, living together, but free like the wind. That's how we live in my community. And that little place is where we are connected down on the underground. My family from the Maya community has also those places you call cenotes. It's a cave. It's here in the women. Girls, it's important for you to have babies. Trust me. is the way how you connect with this little place, the magical moment when you're growing for 260 days the babies. And once the baby is out, he shouts loud, receiving the first Ehécatl, the first movement of wind, and then he cries. Trust me, I have 2 kids. That's why I cry. Because they tell you, like the jaguar, I'm coming to protect my land. The sun, through the wind, tells us with a circle, get ready, it's going to be the time for planting the seeds. And then we see on the mountains, the guardians, Popocatépetl and Iztaccíhuatl, they tell us, get ready, it's going to be winter time, summer, spring, autumn. You don't look to Google. Just look on the mountains. It's there. Ome, 2. Teotl, energy. 2 energies together. Water and fire, earth and wind. That's the way how we work. So that's why we have always to say Ome Teotl, the duality energy. People say sometimes Amen. It's the same. No matter the word, no matter the language, you have to use it from here. When you say Ome Teotl, it's coming from here. That's why it's important for you to do that. And for many years, we have teaching the kids. This is my 2 kids. When they were born, I was fighting to choose the names. So my oldest kid, he's named after me, Tonatiuh. And my youngest kid is named Olin. I didn't realize until one day I was giving a tour in the Aztec temples, and I realized that I named them Olin Tonatiuh. And you know that name because it's Nawi. Nawi is 4th, Olin, energy in movement forever. Tonatiuh, creation energy. And if you go back 2012, that's a time that we always were talking about the end of the cycle of life. And that's the moment when everybody were saying everywhere in the world is a time when the Nawi Olin Tonatiuh is going to disappear. And it's not going to disappear. We are still here. So that's why I'm honored to invite my dad with the fire today. And I want him to come with me. And I want you all to take the message that you are in a sacred land with the Maya people. Talk to the Mayas. Talk to the Aztecs. Maybe we have mixed. Yeah, it's true. But we are still here. And you can tell by the color of my skin. You can tell by the color of my face that I will never let my history disappear because I know my background and they know their background. Tlazocamati is the word that we used to say thank you. But that's also the word that we say go in harmony because this is the way how I am right now, in harmony with you guys. So, I would like to invite here my dear friend Charlie and a really good friend of mine as well, Marianne, please. Marianne has been my sister and she's been learning with my father. She's been a fire woman in my community for years. This medicine fire pot, it's been with me in my journeys for the last 3 years. And it's time to stay here. Last year, I had the opportunity to meet these wonderful guys in this beautiful town. We were over there making a fire ceremony to make sure that this happened one day. So please, close your eyes and let's say thank you. Tlazocamati.